cold in the starways tonight, and we need someone to save us. We need someone who's ready for a fight. Onward through the astral they do fly. Onward through the astral they do fly, while squidlings tend their trusty nautiloid. Pilgrims of the wild space they defend, and empires of starbound tyrants they offend. With flaming sword and staff and dart, they'll fight their way back to the heart of Oriel. By forces they do not know they are heard. By forces they do not know they are watched. Oh, the lonesome cry of eldritch beasts from rock of brawl to halt the ceaseless winter. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's cold in the starways tonight. Yes, it's cold in the starways tonight. We need someone to save us. We need someone who's ready for a fight. Onward through the astral they do fly. Onward through the astral they do fly, while squidlings tend their trusty nautiloid. Pilgrims of the wild space they defend, and empires of starbound tyrants they offend. With flaming sword and staff and dart, they'll fight their way back to the heart of Oriel. By forces they do not know they are heard. By forces they do not know they are watched. Oh, the lonesome cry of eldritch beasts from rock of brawl to halt the ceaseless winter. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's cold in the starways tonight. Yes, it's cold in the starways tonight. We need someone to save us. We need someone who's ready for a fight. Onward through the astral they do fly. Onward through the astral they do fly.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yes.
You okay?
I thought you were greeting the imaginary audience. Okay, hello.
No, I've given up on
Are we greeting the audience?
I've given up on greeting the imaginary audience. I will now greet the audience that is here every-ish week. Looking at
Corey's
you,
just
Ben.
like, the imaginary audience never even says anything back, so I don't try anymore.
Rip.
You know what? Joke's on you. One day we're going to become some hidden source of like knowledge in the far-flung future when they get only a portion of YouTube.
When the economy is based entirely off of D&D.
D&D live play equivalent to Bible.
Meta, baby.
Anyways, we are Everybody's a Mimic, an actual play 5th edition podcast playing Mimics in Space. Basically Icewind Dale, but we went to space to take a little quick jaunt into Spelljammer and the Light of Xarxus before we go back to Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, to figure out what the hell the Frost Maiden had been doing when we left. Y'all wonder what's going on? Probably.
Not really. I assume everything is kind of just taking care of itself.
Yeah. We definitely...
We are basically assuming that the world has ended or is ending again. We were trying to save it from one apocalypse, and then another apocalypse showed up.
Right, and then y'all were like, well, shit.
I do feel like it is going to be a weird step down where it's like, okay, global annihilation from planet exploding from crystal seed. Woo! We've done that. Okay, this one region of the map is cold now.
We'll get back and we'll be like, seriously, Aro? Like, do you not, like, read the room, babe?
Beach is mourning like 20 fucking people right now. That's only his immediate family. That's only people who he is immediately in a family with.
Yeah.
Those are only the people in his T-Mobile circle.
T-Mobile circle.
That was a deep cut no one was expecting.
Oh my god. It's like friends and family that you can text for free.
The character who is literally like a fucking local, like he's a fixture of the business world in like every one of the 10 towns.
Yeah. Just goes missing right before they were all expecting him to show up at the Speakers Council with one of his friends who got, who is a speaker. We'll get back to that. I'm sure Granny, whatever her name is, Olivessa.
They might.
We asked Granny
postpone the
Olivessa to
conference.
like represent us.
Yeah, she has a proxy, and we know she don't take shit from nobody.
Honestly,
But
she'll do
also,
better.
she does have a
Yeah.
gambling problem. So I hope you left her with some.
Well, it's 2023. Who doesn't have a gambling problem?
Very true. But last session, the players had come upon a derelict ship floating among an asteroid field. Upon approaching closer, they were met by Benito, a friendly face who welcomed them aboard. Although it would quickly turn out that it was not a friendly person, as while he wandered them through the decrepit old nautiloid ship, they quickly and within reason became suspicious of my role-playing.
You were doing a great job.
You're
doing a great job.
We're
You just
just-
forgot that the character's name is literally on the map.
You forgot that we've played D&D for longer than a week.
Introduce.
We don't trust anything you say under any circumstance.
Out of curiosity, I can't remember which was the real name and which was the fake name.
So his name is Benito. I called him Benito. Benito Kurazaki, I think. Kawasaki.
Yeah, Kurosaki. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was Japanese. Whatever the name you can.
And he's just
I
like,
was like, he's related to the main character from Bleach.
yeah, he's just the whitest guy that could be. He's just chilling. He's like, yes, my name is Bonito.
Ohio adventurers.
Konnichiwa. But yes, so we are going to dive right back into where we left off, which was pure chaos. As quickly, when Benito launched his plan, his trap, so to speak, to capture the players off guard by royally mind-effing the one known as Bitte.
Look at those fancy wolves.
We have also provided some updates as well. Yes, look at Fancy Wolf. I generated the art. Sorry, artists. If you would like to donate your art to the channel, we would love it.
If you end up killing me, I will definitely be going by the player formerly known as Beta.
Player formerly known as Beta.
So, well, it's the start of the round. The Sirlons are back up. Just to give a little bit of refresher where we were, Rosemary, you had just came down from the top of the command deck, dropped the people's elbow on Benito. Actually, no, not on Benito, onto this Sirlon that's right next to Benito. You
ambush my friend?
Yes, Royal doing a pretty good job of hurting him. Benito had gotten hurt as well by Bite. There's another Sirlon around there that has his foot that got stuck. Delnadre, you are still at the top.
I'm up.
Yes.
Way up top.
You're way up top. And
one of my favorite traits about myself is every time we do one of these things, I always go check through my notes. Like, maybe I left myself a note saying what my plans were from the end of the session, but I never do. So I don't know why I check.
Every time you go back there, you even started out
I'm
notes for next session.
I probably had some cool plan I was going to set up for this combat, something I wanted to do, and I don't know what it was.
Well, you did sound
past me was
Then Tansy down to help Bitte.
It's not an optimism of oh, today's the day. It's, I think last week was probably the day. Gotta be.
The day you die?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But we shall see. But it is the Sirlon's turn. There's two Sirlons in the back, or actually they're all four Sirlons start to kind of their lips start to quiver. And I looked up and as my brain is now filled with my immortal knowledge.
I have taught you forbidden Harry Potter fandom lore.
The Sirlon pull out a clock and tell you must kill vampires.
Okay.
You read it! You know!
Together. We were there.
We didn't get that far in it. So
Oh.
you read it on your own.
Look, my secrets are my own.
I'm honestly impressed. I love it.
I did something too. But
did you read my immortal?
No, I didn't. I did finish the Owl House though. That is something you asked me to do. But I think I already told you I finished the Owl House.
It sounds like you're saying outhouse,
the Owl House.
Oh, the Owl House. I thought
I
figured
that out.
I'm what is going on?
No, it's
Owl House is so good though.
It's the Owl House, yes. Anyways, but we did share that last session, so now I'm
in the middle of our owl.
I finished Owl House as well because you were saying something about you're working on finishing. I was like, wait, there's more.
Oh yes, you
so
do.
Yeah, the finale came out and it's real good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So good plug for all of you out there. Go watch the Owl House. Go support that. Go tell Disney to.
Go tell Disney that they're assholes.
It didn't come from me.
If you're looking for a sponsorable D&D stream,
vote for that, and also watch Nimona because Nimona's really good, and that was another thing that Disney canceled.
He's really good. Yes, it is. Anyways, back to D&D, y'all. Back to D&D. I'm
Do
sorry.
we have to?
I know. The Surlons, their lips quivering as they seem to be communicating between each other, and then you hear this broadcast, very sharp, like somebody tuning the radio, but it comes back with a lot of feedback in your brain. Delnadre, because you are a telepath yourself, I'm actually going to need you to roll me a Constitution check.
Oh no. Okay, check or save.
Saving throw.
It wouldn't actually matter, but the number's the same.
Okay. It, like, the feedback creates a feedback loop in your brain, starts reverberating, and you're up there on that little deck with no kind of support. What do you think you would do to help? Like, I mean, I know you're kind of new to telepathy, but you've had it for a fairly significant amount of time. You've used it multiple times. It is also something that's just inherent to your race. But what have you found that helps whenever you get this kind of overload? Or has Delnadre ever dealt with anything like this?
No, I don't think so. I think his experience with telepathic entities has been limited to himself.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna need you to roll me athletics or acrobatics, so you can catch the captain's chair before you start stumbling around, and then.
I may be better at those. Hey.
Okay. Good. Then I don't have to roll a random dice and see how far you walk off. Yeah, like you're gonna be not really stunned, but I'm gonna put disadvantage on whatever the first action you have until you're able to get through, or at least well, we'll just hold off on that for now. But you're dealing with this really bad feedback loop as the Surlons begin to speak to the rest of the party. You can hear it a little bit, but it's like you're hearing the voices in the middle of all that static and all that pounding, like just headache. So Delnadre, you're having some trouble up there. But Bitte, Rosemary, even Tansy, you're gonna get this message in your head. Hello. We have shown you what we can do. We don't want all of you, but we will take the big one.
Over my dead body.
I give you this moment, woman. Don't really know your name.
They're fucking sexist too.
I give you this moment to consider. Will it be your dead body or your friends?
You know, he's got the voice of like an 80s South African villain, so makes sense that he's sexist.
Hey, come on, guys. I gotta put the D&D racism and sexism back into the game because, you know, Wizards of the Coast is just taking it all out.
I mean, it makes it more satisfying to kick their asses. So, like, no,
right?
Yeah,
it's okay if the enemy is bigots. That's the point, you know.
Yeah. The enemy is supposed to be a shit.
Right? Yeah. My history is good history.
Oh God.
Anywho, Bitte, Rosemary, y'all are gonna be the first ones to respond. Delnadre, if you can muster up, I'm gonna. Anytime you want to try to, I guess, get a handle on it, give me another Constitution saving throw, and then kind of tell me what you do. But let's let Rosemary and Bitte kind of respond.
Yeah, Beta is gonna. I feel like it's probably got some force to it. You know, Beta's ranger or no, he's not the wisest. Beta's gonna stagger a little and you show me. Now show me your fucking insights. And start wanging on a motherfucker.
Okay, so you're gonna respond with anger and try to just kind of continue the fight here. Got it, Rosemary. You've said your response. They've you've said your I guess your response. They responded as well. Take a look at Bitte. just look at him. You know, he's hurt, bleeding out of probably the nose, the ears, the eyes.
Yeah, he's not doing too hot, but that's my next priority. Is to fix that.
To fix it after the fact? Is that what
I
you're
am
going?
a druid. I'm a druid who has healing magics. I was gonna do that on my next turn because initiative.
I know, but it is their turn. This is they're trying to come to a reasoning with the party to take the body they want, which is the biggest body, and to let you go, right? If you
When you say the biggest body, you mean they want Bitte.
yes,
They want us to surrender Bitte.
They've already they've already gone halfway on the process of liquefying his brains. That there's no reason for them not to at least try to finish him off before moving on to somebody else, especially considering he did do a fairly good amount of damage to one that he was able to chunk his spear at in the beginning. So he's a threat that they're recognizing, but also they still feel like, I mean, this Benotto put you guys into a trap, right? He still feels, with all this wolves nonsense, I feel like they still feel like they're going to be able to come above. And so it's just, we're putting it back to you guys. How do you want to handle this? Is it just going to kind of beat him into the face and deal with the consequences? You know. And
Rosemary would not under any circumstances even entertain the idea of surrendering Bitte to some dudes who want to eat his brain. Like, logic or not, she's not doing it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and he was so twisted up with rage and grief.
And so
Even under an ordinary certain, if this was happening on like a cool-blooded thing, like, yeah, he would maybe make that trade, make that sacrifice if he thought there was like no other way, but not in this fucking state of mind.
Delnadre.
Hello.
You remember last time that Sartell did leave, said she was going to go and grab the ship, also said she was going to crash the ship into a wall. Let's roll a Constitution saving throw and see how you're doing up there as this is all going on.
Well, that's much better.
Oh, well done. So you're able to kind of like clear out everything. You're hearing them kind of perfectly, and you also know that like it's almost like what they did to you kind of lets you're more aware now, you know, frequencies with when it comes to the brain. It's not always going to be an open radio. You can have different channels. Do you want to have any sort of like conversation with your colleagues here? Or are you going to kind of, I guess, kick this off with sharing in their sentiments? No quarter. Deal with the consequences. Whatever consequences happen.
You know, I'm gonna try and establish a separate channel with Bitte, because I can technically only interact with one person at a time. Unless you're saying within the narrative I can hijack this space.
Kind of. I was kind of saying that, like, they're putting out such a telepathic signal. Also, just the way Spelljammers work and stuff, and you are holding onto the chair, which was formerly the captain's chair. I'm sure it has some sort of, it's the Ithlit ship. I'm basically just giving you a free out to have a radio conversation with your friends within the narrative of you're on a ship that could probably handle that.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna drag Rosemary and Bitte down into a private voice call, and just say, "Guys, Sartell's coming with the ship. We just have to hold on, and I mean hold on to something. I think she's coming in hot."
And Rosemary, Bitte, you can respond to him within this. It's different. It's hard. It's foreign, but you can think your thoughts at him, and they come off kind of rough.
Yeah. I think Delnadre would get a series of bestial growls and roars that he would understand the intention of them is like, yeah, I'll hold these motherfuckers.
We can hold on until they get here.
Okay. Now Sartell still has to navigate her way back out to the ship, back out to where you guys entered, back onto the ship, and then crash. Shouldn't take too long, but do recognize we are in combat. I would say we've given us a little bit of time with this communication, this conversation here, but because it's all
how does this conversation fit into like the initiative order? Is he like using his turn to communicate?
One of them kind of is. The other ones they're holding. Really, it's telepathic communication. It's almost instantaneous. So I'm giving it I'm basically kind of giving Sartell some time to get off the ship, while also not giving y'all so much time that you're just sitting around. Like it's yeah. So maybe it's like 2 to 3 turns that have gone through here. One of them will not be acting here because they are actively helping you. The other ones are basically just waiting for your response. So the moment that Delnadre decides what he wants to do, the other Sirlons are going to act. Make sense? Because Delnadre is the next person on the initiative. So they will kind of go simultaneously with Delnadre. So Delnadre, we'll just put this in your ball field here. What are you going to do?
Could potentially he wait and like both he and I do our turns at the same time? Like stall? Could stall. Hey Del, you want to stall?
I could hold an action.
So if you did, so Bonotto is then gonna be able to act, because then
So then Bonotto would be the one to break the peace.
Basically, yes. Okay, so y'all are stalling.
Yeah, we're speaking telepathically. You can suggest to me that we try and buy for time.
Okay.
Beta, yeah. Y'all are trying to communicate this to Beta?
It's like an open channel. I think it's more communication between Rosemary and Delnadre that Beta seems to be privy to. Although it does seem that your mental capacity right now is more animalistic and instinctual than anything else.
I think Rosemary's thought is just like, we're not gonna let him take you. Hold on, we're not gonna let him take you.
Y'all are trying to tell Beta to stall. Like, you're gonna need like a persuasion or something.
Actually, Beta, make me a insight with just make me an insight check, and then but at the end of the day, it's still your choice. It's your character. You can choose what you want to do with that. Do you want to listen to them? Do you not want to?
14.
14. I mean, I'd say that you're not that your mind's getting clear enough, but you're starting to see like perhaps there's a plan that could be done. Maybe you don't quite understand what that plan is in this moment, but do you feel like Bitte understands Rosemary and Delnadre have a plan?
It's not that Beta doesn't understand the plan, it's that Beta is Beta has
in like panic mode.
A simmering fucking cauldron of rage.
Right.
And he's been shown a direction to spill some of that. And so, someone's gotta, like, if he's gonna stop, like, someone's gotta like explicitly try and convince him not to.
Okay, so the Sirlon, kind of waiting for what is probably a few seconds of silence as you have this hyper fast communication. So what will it be? Will you call the dogs off, or will you all become food?
I mean, no one's taken the time to try and actively convince Pita. So as they like go to like holding their actions or whatever, Pita's gonna fucking swing on Bonotto.
Swing on Bonotto. Okay. Hey, Bita, I just noticed you're not even in the initiative order.
You just took me out of the initiative order, motherfucker.
When? Did I?
He's not dead yet.
I know he's not dead yet.
You know, there is a weird blank 6 at the bottom.
Oh, there is. Look at that. It's not on mine, but it's on the other one. Huh. And that would be Bitte's initiative. Let me add him and we'll put to a 6. Okay, so Bitte, you are
It was a 14.
What? Where do you see
My
a 14?
man.
I see a 5 and a 5 and a 6.
You listen here, you smarmy shit.
I'm just saying that. I mean, you rolled it. You rolled a 5 and a 6 here.
You dare
I did
use
not roll.
evidence against me?
No, I didn't roll 6. I was underneath the thing, and I had a 14.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give it to you. So 14. That
All right.
means
No. Let's take a moment here. Are you gaslighting me, or
No.
am I mistaken?
No, I mean, it's in roll 20. If you like scroll up, it says Carson T, initiative roll 5, initiative 6.
Okay, I don't know why I'm so incredibly confused then.
you have a 14 for
Yeah.
insight.
Yeah. No. But earlier, I think my brain. I think my brain. All the hero forges in the initiative look very similar. I think my brain saw Delnadre's and was like, "Yeah, that's Pita."
Okay, we're gonna put you into 6 then.
So easily confused.
I don't know
Thank you for your
what
patience.
I don't know what's happened. All right, so that means Bonotto is going to be the first person to act, followed by whatever happens. So Bonotto, in not telepathic, just gonna be talking to you all. Look, guys, hey, come on, look, and he's gonna turn
I mean, if
to.
they're still like holding actions, or is it like, oh, they get to do all this and then get a full action?
3 Sirlons are holding action. 1 has given up his action to speak to you, and Bonotto will give up his action to speak to you. So they are still getting hurt by having this conversation and drawing it out, but they still have something well within. They still have it in their pocket. So Bonotto is just but it's gonna happen the exact same time that whoever acts first. So at this point,
So
because go on.
So if everyone's holding except Pita, then it's Pita's turn.
No, it's Bonotto's turn right now. Bonotto's at 9.
But if
Bonotto goes
action,
before.
we're using
Yes.
Excuse me, it's going to be my turn next.
Yes, but were you not holding your action with Rosemary?
I'm confused.
Did I mistake
I mean,
that?
if I'm holding my action, I have to declare that, sir.
Okay, fair enough. All right,
I'm
so
confused.
the Sirlons have spoken their whatever they want to say. 3 of them are holding their action. It is now Delnadre's turn. Delnadre.
Okay. I would like to say to the Sirlons that let's just keep in mind that we've all got guns pointed at each other here. And I will cast Silent Image. Maybe. Oh, well, okay, hold on. Let's see. I will cast Silent Image. And I will create a hovering array.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's our draw tool? A rectangle. That's a great thing. We love rectangles. It's going to be like.
We love rectangles.
Rectangles. That looks like a square.
Somewhere. So, it's a square is just a specific type of rectangle, sir. Get educated.
A square is still a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square.
God, I got schooled.
It's like I create the closest thing I can imagine to like a hovering weapons platform, just taking full inspiration from the Astral Elves ships. And it's just like chock full of laser crossbows pointed straight down at every Sirlon.
Ooh.
And it is completely opaque. Because as I do this, I'm going to use a bonus action to sprint.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run back and then run all the way forward and attempt to leap across to that observation deck here.
Okay.
Whoop.
All right.
And I don't remember D&D's jump rules. So as a player, I could totally determine whether or not I can make that jump based on those. But I don't know what they are. So maybe I make it, maybe I don't.
I don't know. I mean, you only have to go 10 feet? No, 15 feet?
It's not very far.
It's
And
20?
there's a little bit of like a horizontal to it. So hey, that helps.
20 feet you have to go? I mean, you're going down a little bit. Okay, so you get that bonus. What is a running long jump in D&D? Who knows? Roll me acrobatics with advantage. I mean, you're going down. At the very least, you're going to just smack into the side and pull yourself up.
What is Dell's strength?
That's not very far.
Yeah. That's not far enough, is it?
It's okay. I already jumped from the balcony. It didn't hurt too much.
Yeah, I mean, she did jump all the way down. Well, but you jumped down though. Like you also jumped down. You know what? I'll give it to you. We're not gonna let it go. I'm not gonna get too much into it. All right, you jump across. So now, Delnadre.
Like, look at that. That's 10 feet right there.
Right.
That's
exactly.
almost the edge. You know, I could probably. That's probably like 12.
Right. Yeah.
11.
I'll give it to you. It's close enough that I'm not gonna bother with it.
If you want to get real convoluted, if you can jump X distance while staying at the same level, then dropping 5 feet, in theory, you would go the same distance again for every 5 feet. In theory, because that's how high you.
See, I'm all the way outside the ship at this point. I'm like through this wall and
What?
But no, I'm aiming for here.
I was like, what?
Well, if I'm going 12 feet and then 12 feet again, and then, we just keep going.
Yeah. Right.
I can't help but notice that this map doesn't include a convenient gravity plane. So what if the gravity plane is above us? I'm falling up.
The gravity plane goes out along with like the cargo deck kind of level.
Yeah, that would make sense. That'd be expected. Wait, the cargo deck, so the prison deck, everyone is like on the ceiling?
Let me actually look that up because it might not be. They have a pretty good gravity plane in the astral guide. The nautiloid is no, actually it's right below it's right below the prison deck. Which is surprising because yes, sense. There are other ships that the cargo deck is how does that work? Are they legitimately upside down? I should know this, but that is just mind-boggling to me. Yes,
obviously.
Okay. So, you created
I mean to the upside down part, not to it being mind-boggling. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But additionally, I want to do this as cool and sneakily as possible. Like, can I superhero roll so that they don't know that I've changed my position?
Now, you said it was opaque, right? So
yeah. So like I made it like a solid.
Yeah,
so
like the silent image could be a distraction, perhaps.
And it's supposed to be like blocking view of anything above it, so they shouldn't be able to see me jump over it. But silent image does specify that if a creature discerns the illusion for what it is, the creature can see through the image.
Right. But
they have to take an action to examine it. Yes. So at least for this point, it's just a solid thing that they should not be able to see through.
Okay, so you've created a weapon platform, you've done this, you jump over. As far as everyone else knows, they're still holding their action because nothing has triggered what they had specified. All right. They are. Let me roll an insight check for them just to see how they're doing. Shit, where'd you go?
Plus, now they have to contend with the fact that we have guns on all of them in addition to wolves.
Yeah.
Think twice, Sirlons.
Let's see here. Man, they terrible. Okay, just all right. They you can't quite see that the hair sticks up, but they feel unease, but they still feel confident. You know, this is you made it reflecting itself as if to be astral elf like, right? You specifically said like their crossbow, kind of their light crossbows.
Yeah, that was the technology I know or I have an idea to base off of.
Right. So I think that's the biggest Achilles heel so far for you, on whether or not, on why they haven't like just run scared, is because they recognize you all as not being astral elves, but they don't know because you are unique. You're new. They don't understand what's happening. It's a tense situation. They're gonna hold off. Now it's on to Benito. Now Benito,
Well,
go on.
I mean, between Bitte and Delnadre, they're wearing 3 astral elf breastplates.
True. Dell, they haven't quite gotten a good look enough at, but yours specifically were like a.
The one who talked to him.
Benito would, yes. But Benito's turn is up next, so he's gonna be the one who really gets to talk, who gets to figure this out. But for you, I mean, your astral elf breastplates are put together, right? I mean, you're not an astral elf.
He's wearing them as like heavy shoulder pauldron.
Right.
So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, they clearly hire mercenaries.
they do,
So,
yes. But the mercenaries are never decked out in their gear. So there's some plot holes. Let's go with that. Benito is. Go on. Keep going. No, argue with me. I want to hear your reasoning here, because I'm about to make a decision on Benito's turn. And
I love to debate.
I had said my piece, and I'm good to go.
okay, so Benito is going to kind of look at you, look at this new weapons platform, look at the Astral Elves. He's gonna kind of just, you can just tell, like, sweat drip, like, the slowly just bead of sweat just coming down his head, and he's just like, okay. And he starts, like, breathing heavily. Okay, yes, okay, I got this. Okay, there we go. And shit's gonna break loose. He's gonna just go for you, Bitte. You're on the ground. He's gonna try to see if he can take you out.
There are 2 wolves in the way too.
Yeah, that are
I
right.
don't think Beata's on. Or are you saying he's on the ground?
Like, not like on the ground, you know, relatively. You know, like you're weakened to a point, I should say. I don't think you are technically on the ground.
You're touching the floor.
I mean, yeah. I guess in that sense, yes, you're on the ground. So Benito's just gonna be like, okay, all right. You know what? You don't want to listen to reason? We'll just feast on your flesh, whatever's left of it. And he's going to kind of grab his dagger and try to stab. He's gonna try to stab the wolf that's right next to him. Okay. Now, Delnadre, you didn't hold anything. Rosemary, it's not your turn yet. Bitte, I'm terribly sorry.
Okay. So to rule lawyer a little bit again.
Okay.
Where my confusion was coming from with all the stuff, and why I was saying, well, then it's Vita's turn when it was clearly Delnadre next in the initiative, is because in theory, if everyone is holding their actions for various things, and Beta's the only person who was gonna immediately pop off and not hesitate, then he would be attacking before Benito.
Correct. Well, Benito was never holding his action. 3 of the Sirlons are holding their action.
Okay. And
So
Benito,
what was the 3 rounds of discussion?
That was just it was
so what
probably not in the. It was more rules of cool. I will say that. Okay, and it was more of
it's a free action.
It was yes. It was more of, I sent Sartell next turn. I have plans for what Ben is gonna do. I needed to create some time so that it didn't just feel like somebody's teleporting through the ship instantly and the time doesn't quite make up. So that's kind of where all that conversation came from. Initially, I think we were kind of confused because we thought Del might be holding his action, but then he didn't. So then it goes to Benito. I have the Sirlons who have specifically said, like, they're holding something based on... Well, I guess they're coming next, huh? I don't know why I have 2 Sirlons on the initiative order. If it's
Nor do I.
I guess I get to say that Sirlons haven't held their action because nothing's actually technically happened yet. But it's still not going to change the fact that Bitte, you are still last on the initiative, unless you can come up with your 14 somewhere.
I mean, yeah, no. My point was that unless in real time what was actually happening and what was like kicking things off was Dell doing the thing, then in theory everyone was holding actions. Everyone was holding actions, or Benotto and the other one were actively using their actions and not holding actions. And then whatever precipitates would be some individual getting a full turn, and then those reactions going off.
Right.
And then continuing from that individual.
I think at the end of the day, it wasn't handled as well as it should have been, but we can just say we extended our conversation slightly. We are now back into the regular thick of things because y'all did not take the bait to want to reason and bet with Bitte's life, which is fine. It's fair. I thought you might, but it's okay. And so now,
I couldn't tell if you were just like offering something, or if this was like your DM way of being like, hey, people are like, y'all are gonna die if you do this.
It was both.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm like,
I'm very fearful for Bitte's life because I made a plan for what they're gonna do because it makes sense.
I mean, to be fair, our options are Bitte dies or Bitte dies in our head.
Yes, kind of. In the characters, there really wasn't. Yeah, it's hard to read. It's hard to tell y'all to take a break because there is potential for a ship to come crashing through the wall to save Bitte if you were to reason or some kind of talk it out. But at the same time, it wouldn't make much sense for Bitte because why would he want to talk it out? He's fucking crazed, and why would y'all want to give up Bitte as well? And yeah. So okay. So
I think it just didn't make sense as like a character decision for us, though. In another life, in another campaign, it would have been a very smart idea to just like try to keep him talking until the ship comes in.
Yeah, but not for y'all. So here we go.
We're dumbasses and we're angry.
So Benotto is going to take his daggers out, and he's going to start a stabbing. So we're going to stab a Wolfie right in front of us. Right there. 1d20 plus 2 is a 13 hit. The wolf.
Oh god. Yes, it meets, it beats, so it just meets.
Okay, so 1 piercing plus 4 psychic. Not too bad. Gonna have another one though. Coming back at the same wolf. Is the same wolf? It's still alive, right? They have like 13 or so-ish health points.
They have 11 hit points. I'm assuming you're keeping track of them because they're like on the board. Should I be like? Do I need to keep track of like 11 different wolves?
It's the first time they've. I will keep track of them. I was just referencing their total hit point thing. Anyways.
Yeah, they have 11 hit points.
Coming through, so that's definitely gonna hit. For a total of 9 damage to this wolf that's right above. And so we're going to have 2 health on that one left. I'm just going to put its health as 2. Okay. That's Benotto's turn. Seeing that we are attacking, the Sirlons are going to begin to their assault. Retconning everything I had said up to this point. We are going to start with 1 Psychic Crush on Bitte to see if he survives. Bitte, I need a Wisdom saving throw.
All right. I'm bring it up. Shit.
Okay, that's going to be a fail. 2d10 plus 3 damage to you. 17 Psychic.
Beta will reaction Stone's Endurance. Let me go ahead and spend that. And where do I have that? I got that set aside somewhere. The 17 becomes, ignore the Hunter's Mark damage on it. The 17 becomes 6, bringing him down to 6 hit points. And Constitution save. Hunter's Mark stays up.
Okay. Wonderful. The next one is going to kind of fire off their psychic on Rosemary. Rosemary, we need a wisdom saving throw.
All right, wisdom saving throw. Boop. 14.
All right, that passes, so you'll take half this damage. So
Okay.
2d10 plus 3. Oops. Plus 3. They're going to have 11 damage coming your way, so you'll take
So half
5.
of that. So okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't think that's enough to even trigger concentration. I
don't think so.
So they're going to try again at you because, well, they feel pretty confident with how low they've gotten Bitte. I'm going to need another wisdom saving throw then for the third Sirlon throwing out its psychic thingy.
Bitte needs another save?
No, still going towards Rosemary. They're trying to get rid of the wolves.
They're trying to get rid of the wolves, okay. So I need another wisdom save?
Yes.
27, bitch.
All right. So you'll take half of this. Holy shit.
What the fuck? Who turned on the crit button?
So you'll take, what is that, 13? No, 12? No.
11.
11, sorry, thank you. You'll take 11, but that is enough to trigger a Constitution's throw, I believe.
Okay, so is that a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm forgetting how concentration works.
Sorry.
Constitution save, half of the damage, or 10, whichever is higher.
All right, so first I take 11 damage, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
So
I guess technically the first one still would have triggered a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, it's any instance of damage.
2.
Even if someone does 1 damage, it's a concentration check.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so the first one, okay, so concentration for the first time, because I took, 5 damage last time?
Yes. So you just need to beat 10, though, each time, right? Or is it...
It's always a minimum of 10.
Oof.
If half the damage is higher than that, then that becomes the DC.
Gotcha.
So
okay, so then...
It's always a DC 10 until you get above, 22 damage.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
okay.
I already rolled it, so regardless of the fact, your wolves are going to go down in the first one, but they're still going to throw their second one at you. So you'll take both of those for psychic ringers, and then it's going to be your turn with no wolves.
Okay.
Now with the wolves have held actions.
With their held actions, they explode for 3d6 damage to everyone in their surroundings, completely obliterating this campaign. That wouldn't work out.
We are now a campaign of star roving wolves. Honestly, would be.
All right, Rosemary. You don't have any wolves anymore, right?
Yeah, I don't have any wolves. Okay.
Yeah, put down.
That affected my turn, so give me a second.
Oh, no.
I'm reading my spells.
There goes.
Fuck it. I'm moving over here.
Okay.
Which does not take me out of
Nope.
anyone's thing. And I am going to I have cure wounds, right? I have to have cure wounds. Yeah, I have cure wounds. Cure wounds is 2nd level on Bitte.
Okay. You come back, heal him. You still have some movement if you wanted to try. Oh no. Oh no.
Was that second? Oh, it was. I see.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
7.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. Okay. Great. That's nice. Okay.
Did you roll 2 1s and then the third one?
No, a 1 and a 2.
A 1 and a 2. Okay.
I don't know what the first one is for higher level cast. It has a 1 times 1. I don't know what that is.
Oh, because it's 1d8 per every level that you cast, right? So it's 1
Yes.
times 1 for the first level. Did you want to cast it
So a 1 and a 2. Yeah, I wanted to cast it at the 2nd level because I wanted to give him more fucking shit.
Okay, so then...
Right. So it rolled 5 healing for a first level, and then The higher
Plus
level cast
2
is an
for
extra
the
2.
higher level
So it's
cast.
so it's 7
okay.
altogether.
Okay.
Because you get an extra D8 for a higher level cast.
Gotcha. I thought the 5 was like adding the 1 together with the
Yeah,
bonus.
it was a 1, a 2, and then plus 4 for wisdom. So
all right.
7.
So 7 back to Bitte. So
That's more damage than he took, baby. We can do this all day.
But since I cast a spell for my action, I can't do a spell for my bonus action unless it's a cantrip, which I don't have any bonus action cantrips.
Correct. You need to pick up magic stone. You could be making magic stones.
I don't have that.
You could be making them.
I don't.
You'd grab somebody's elbow and use him as a shillelagh.
I don't have any bonus actions. I can't do anything. Because my wild shape is an action.
Yeah. You can continue to move. You only move 10 feet.
If I continue to move, I will take 2 attacks of opportunity. Thank you so very much.
No, just the 1 from the other Sirlon. You could just move out of his way.
I want to protect Bitte. I want to put myself between him and Bitte.
Yeah, but it would be actually more effective if you gave him advantage on his attacks by flanking the people.
There's no room to flank. Where would I flank?
You could flank from...
I could flank in this, 1 foot wide place between the wall?
Rosemary is a dainty figure, thank you very much. You can just channel
Rosemary is a fucking half-orc! She's 6 foot tall, you bastard!
Possessed by a halfling, channel your inner halfling and squeeze.
Okay, I have a halfling sitting on my shoulders. That makes me bigger.
You could squeeze it in there.
A half-orc and a halfling in a trench coat.
Yeah, I am...
Okay, so it's terribly represented, but you actually could 5, 10. You could sit right here behind those two because it's up on a staircase. It's just really badly represented in the map, which would give you a good enough space to then at least give him flanking on Benotto, but you would take a potential attack of opportunity.
Question.
Yes.
Question. Are the stairs behind us, are they going up or going down?
I think those go up, the other ones go down. No.
These are upstairs. This one's a down.
Yes. You can tell by the way the triangles are drawn.
Okay. The one in the middle goes down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, as a bonus action, I can summon an incorporeal spirit. I forgot I have a spirit totem.
Oh yeah. Doesn't that heal people?
Oh yeah.
I think so. Give me a second.
I think unicorn ups your healing.
Sorry, it's the whole reading thing. Give me 2 seconds to go through the options here. Okay.
Oh, so you have time to read My Immortal, but you don't have time to read your character sheet.
It's been a month. Give me a break.
You've had the character for 3 years. Unless this is a new thing because we did this all up.
I'm in so many campaigns. I have so many character sheets to memorize that I forgot Rosemary has bonus actions. Because I'm always angry that she wild shapes on an action, so she's like, well, I use my entire action to turn into a bear.
Yeah.
and then I do nothing for the next 6 seconds. Hit points equal to your druid level. What's my druid level? We're level 5.
Yeah, so you just give him 5 more hit points.
I could give him 5 more hit points, or I could do the bear spirit, which gives temporary hit points equal to 5 plus my druid level, so that's 10 hit points.
That's much better.
But that's advantage on strength and strength saves and strength saving throws.
Just tell Bitte to give him a bear hug.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the bear for more HP just in this moment. Alright, and the aura, which the aura is a 30-foot radius, so I think actually Dell might be in this radius too.
Definitely.
Because he's
just right above y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Adele, remember, you have
each
to, like...
creature of your choice in the aura, when the spirit appears, gain temporary hit points equal to 5 plus your druid level. Okay. You also gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws while in the aura. And the aura is...
Big.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just gonna, like, make it on the stairs behind us.
Okay. So
just like behind us, a fucking bear appears and roars at them, and everyone gets 10 hit points. Oh, I already had 10 hit points. I just wasn't subtracting from it.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot my 10 hit points.
No, I think you remembered those last time because you got hurt by a lot. But I don't. I'm not. Wait. Let me just double check. I'm not 100% confident.
Let's roll.
Yeah, you took 36 plus 19 plus 14.
Oof.
And you took half of 36 plus 19 plus 14. So I'm fairly certain you used your 10 hit points in that first one.
Probably
if that, because if 53 plus 12 or plus 10 minus whatever that is. It's been such a long time though. 6.
Let's just roll.
Okay, go on. You're
so
up.
You get 10 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
In addition to the shitty 7 that I healed you.
Yeah, you were exactly at 12 because you would have been at 2 health had you not used your 10 hit points. Yeah. And I'm fairly certain Delnadre reminded us of the fact. So thank you, Delnadre.
Yeah, okay, whatever, sure.
10 more hit points for you, Bitte, or 10 more temp hit points.
So great.
And it's your turn. And I believe you wanted to go apeshit on them?
I did, but having Rosemary there and having the wolves kind of disappear changes that slightly.
Yep.
Bitte is going to use one of his attacks to shove Rosemary over the banister and down the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You're going to shove Rosemary down the stairs? Over the banister?
These go down, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Actually, yes. Action economy. Well, it's fucky, but I'll allow myself real quick. He'll move here. He'll move there. He'll make one two-handed warhammer attack with Hunter's Mark against Benotto.
Okay.
At advantage.
Okay. Yep.
19 to hit for 13 damage, mixed bludgeoning and.
That will hit him for 13.
Yes.
Okay. He's bloodied. He was pretty bloody before, but
it does like a pirouette around behind him in this space. Hits him upside his big butthole looking head with his Durgar Warhammer, and then is going to brace against the wall, push back against it, use his other attack to shove Rosemary over the banister and out of their melee range and hopefully line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And Bitte himself is going to look around him and let me just see. Okay, so that's where the command deck is. Bitte is going to actually slightly different.
Okay.
Instead of shoving, Bitte is going to brain. Okay, yeah. Instead of shoving, Bitte is going to Misty Step from this square to this square, grapple Rosemary by the back of her shit.
Okay.
Over. They are both down the stairs and out of line of sight of these guys.
All right. So Misty Step was a bonus action, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Misty Step was a bonus action. One attack on Benito, one attack to grapple on Rosemary, who I assume intends to fail the check if this is what she wishes to do.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a moment of confusion where she doesn't realize that it's you. But then as soon as she realizes, she's going over the stairs.
Okay. All right. So
Oh, get off me! I'm ticklish.
all right. So you kind of like
she like does not want to leave her friends.
and if I'm not mistaken, Bitte, you still have some movement, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you've grappled Rosemary already. She's given up to you. You can move at half movement and drag her with you. Am I not mistaken? Is it actually full movement and you can drag her with you?
So I've moved 5, 10, 5, 10 Misty Step. So I've got 20 movements, so I can pull Rosemary
10 feet.
like we fall down like here. I can pull her like 10, so that we're both like around here.
Yeah.
On the battle deck.
Okay. So you kind of skip down. Rosemary, you're down here. Go like that. Grab you over. Tansy will follow. Actually, Tansy will stay over here because.
Could I do a like reaction to grab Tansy?
So no, because Tansy originally was sitting kind of like on Bitte's shoulder, which means he would have at the very least been over here whenever he got Misty stepped, and he Misty stepped away, so Tansy wouldn't have gone. Object Tansy is not an object. Tansy's a person.
Object interaction to grab the bird.
It's okay. It's okay. Tansy's a bird. She'll just fly away.
Object interaction to grab Tansy's vest.
Ooh.
Shit. All right, I'll give it to you. Because Tansy has such a freaking. Because I mean, yes, he does have an object.
We reward creativity around here.
We've made this vest. Tansy's just gonna be the hero of the story. Like, we need to give up the fact that y'all are gonna be heroes, and Tansy's just gonna straight up be like, we attributed the end of the Astral Elf Empire to Tansy, and they create a star out of Tansy. Like a legitimate, just a fucking star.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Here, Rose, could you so I can still draw aggro?
Okay.
Wait, what's that?
He's gonna swap.
If you could move down so that Beta can be the one that they're thinking.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucking shit. Ah.
You okay?
That's hot soup. Oh. Okay. We won't be eating this for a little bit.
That is one of the pains. Is the tissue of your mouth okay?
Yes. I mean, kind of. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I heard a beep beep, and I have no idea what it just disconnected. I'm not sure. All right.
I can hear you.
Okay. Well then. So things have changed. We kind of got to where I kind of wanted to. The sirloins. So this one's going to be the red one because I already acted the rest of them on 8. So the red one is going to walk forward and try to investigate. It's going to use its action to discern that the weapons platform is, or it's going to attempt to use its action to discern that the weapons platform is fake. Is there a investigation check? What's your spell DC, Blake?
14.
14. They are
not very high.
They are working with a intellect of +3. They don't have investigation, so it's going to base 3, which puts him at a crit. So he's gonna immediately determine
that is high enough.
He's gonna immediately determine, hey, that's fake. Gonna tell his friends, and this sirloin is not gonna follow because why would they want to do that? Instead, let's see. That's gonna go from the bridge deck up to the observation deck. Guess it's gonna. I want to go down. No, it's gonna kind of come around the corner over here, and it's gonna look down, and it's gonna see you there, Bitte, and it's gonna try to psychic crush you. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He still has that. It's good to go. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, Bitte.
What if I just say what if I just not? 12.
Oh, damn it. So you're gonna take full damage.
What's the same?
It's 13.
I thought so. That tracks.
Yeah. So 14 damage to you. 14 psychic damage. You actually lucked out pretty well on this one. Not too bad. But it's then gonna you can see its lip quivering. You know it's talking to its friends. They're well aware.
I think.
Lips quiverings. Go on.
Oh, nothing. I'm just
Making noises.
Just...
All right. Well, Delnadre, you are up. Are you made aware when they know that your silent image? They know your silent image is fake.
Got it. I don't see why I necessarily would, but so I'm just going to assume that it's there, and it's yeah, the threat of imminent crossbow is a big deal. So these are
from where you're standing.
On this observation,
you would have seen that one Sirlon did go to the top of those stairs and chase after. Like, because from where you're sitting, you still have a pretty good view of what's happening below. You just don't have a view of the 3 Sirlons that are directly below you. So,
sure.
And I assumed you're kind of hiding, without actually rolling on a hide, because nobody would have assumed that you'd be there. Anyways, continue on.
So observation deck. These are view throughable. Are these open or are these windows?
Good question.
I think they might be windows. Because I just scrolled down.
Yeah. It shows a very thin wall there, so they are windows. And with the nautiloid, their windows are going to be. Let me just check if it's organic or if it's ceramic. Give you a good feel of how it's going to look.
Their buckle window. Or on the ship of infinite buckle.
It's wood, so you can assume they're kind of like glass. It's not like it's not anything especially hard. It is solid, but fairly assumable to be fairly easily broken through. Because I mean, despite its looks, the armor class is wood. I don't think this is wood.
It might be like they're just glass cannons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I mean, they really don't they just portal around. I mean, they do stuff, So yeah.
All right. Well,
continue on.
Looking through that window, do I see a moon dancer hurtling straight towards the nautiloid?
At this point, I would say yes. You see the moon dancer positioning itself.
Okay.
It is because when you initially came up, I believe you guys were side by side, and so now it's had to separate, turn, and then face basically and go up on a different plane to come into the observation deck because of the way it sticks out. So they kind of wants to get up and then come down at an angle. So you see it's currently in the process of doing that. And it does look like it's going to be impacting directly at where you are.
Okay.
The way she is positioning that hole, it does not look good for your situation.
Move, bitch! Get out the way.
I'm gonna do some potentially fairly fucky timeline shenanigans that you'll have to decide how this works out.
That's fine.
Okay. So as my action, I would like to reach into the bottom of my pack, pull out my piece of Chardolin that I have.
Okay. Shit.
Shout at this guy here. Hey, ugly. maybe we could buy you off with this, and I'll just underhanded toss it towards him and hope that he catches it with skin contact, or that it at least bounces off his face.
Okay. Would you rather it bounce off his face, or would you rather it like be an underhanded toss that it's catchable?
Yeah, definitely catchable. Like, but I'm very much throwing it like at his body. So
Okay.
even if he for some reason is like, no, I'm not going to catch that, it should hopefully still at least hit him.
Gotcha. Okay, good. That was the question here. Is where you were targeting there. Okay. Oh, thank you for that, Carson. Yeah. Roll me. How fast are you? It's just underhanding. Okay, he's gonna try to catch it. 1d20. Go with his dexterity's 2, so do acrobatics heck of a fail. His arms are pretty short, but actually they're fairly long. It looks like he can get in front of its face, but he has 3 fingers and they don't quite do a lot of catch. Wasn't their pastime.
Can I roll something to make my throw so incredibly good that the DC is very low for him? Like, what if I just throw it right into his hand?
Yeah,
He doesn't even have to do anything.
You would have
like
to
an
roll
underhanded toss.
Yeah, I was definitely
like
gonna
a softball throw.
What I was gonna say with his miss, it was gonna hit his face. But if you want him to catch it, which would give him more in-depth contact with it, you can.
Yeah, ideally, I would like him to hold it.
Right,
Get some personal time with that thing.
Roll me some athletics then. Let's see an athletics check to see how well you can throw it. If you do better than what he did, he catches. So you just hit a 9. Okay, well, well now.
Did I do it?
I think so. Okay, yeah. So you toss it over. He catches it, and he just grins. You haven't seen their teeth like in this situation. It doesn't look natural. His mouth just opens up. His teeth are just showing, and he's just kind of like, I don't know whether or not it's the psychic nature of what they are, their ability to just absorb, things through contact. They already have the ability to turn into whatever the hell they are into a human by just meditating. So the fact that just grabs it, it's just like, and he has it in his hand. He has this mind-altering Chardolin in his hand. So continue your turn. That was your.
I will do so. And for DM consideration, I'm not trying to lead towards anything. Just asking an honest question. An open-ended interest. I'm interested. Inquiring minds would like to know: are there any effects of Chardolin on creatures that are in some kind of telekinetic hive mind? I don't know. You whatever. Anyhow, I'm gonna jump down and
for your consideration,
land here. If I need to roll like damage for falling or something, just let me know.
You're jumping from the top deck down. It's just one
from the
deck.
Observation.
So no, I only made her because she ran to the top, the second one down. So no, I think you are fine on that.
As a bonus action, I will take a cunning action to disengage, and then I will attempt a very cinematic sprint straight out this door and then leap to grab hold of a dangling rope on the side of the moon dancer.
Am I forgetting something?
Yeah.
Did you put a rope out earlier?
It's a pirate ship, there's like ropes and things.
Oh, okay, on the moon dancer. My bad. I thought you said not. I was still thinking Noddle, and I was like, where's there a rope? Did I miss something where you set this up like 7 turns ago to jump out? But yes, 100%. So you want to jump out as it's coming to crash and grab a rope?
Mm-hmm. Do it. Be cool as hell.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna have we're gonna have a roll here because there's definitely gonna be some whiplash shenanigans as you grab that thing, and then it finally it impacts after you grabbed it, and so now you're just getting thrown around. But we'll get to that. First, let's deal with the fact that you gave Chardolin to a telekinetic who is connected. So one, not quite what you were looking for. They're not necessarily a hive mind, but
I don't know what it'll do. Or just there's a Hail Mary, baby.
But two, it does turn one of them fucking crazy. And so immediately you're going to notice as you're running out, and we're going to say it's kind of happening simultaneously, Benito and all the other sirloins are going to start to like kind of like grab their head a little bit. Because the one, and I will actually, sorry, we're going to have to go back out here. Delnadre, I'm going to need you to roll me an athletics check as you run out there to grab that. Because of what the other Chardolin holding Sirlon is trying to do to his friends, it's going to cause another feedback loop for you. Did I give you disadvantage last time? I don't think so. Okay, so just a straight roll again.
Okay, you said athletics, or is that?
No, basically you need an athletics because you are dealing with this headache now of what it's doing. It's kind of creating a feedback loop, but for its friends.
Luckily, I'm so good at athletics.
Thank God you effectively underhand toss.
Okay,
The more important.
So you're going to run out the window. You're going to rush out. You're going to grab that rope. You're going to get that headache, or it was already happening. So you grab the rope just for momentarily, and it's going to kind of like whip you in a circle. You're going to lose hold of the rope because you're still in a gravity plane. You're now going to be basically rotating in a very hyper circle, just slowly floating towards the edge over what I assume would be, let's see, no, you ran out the other way, so you'd be going to the far side of the Moon Dancer if it's impacting with you. So you're floating in a really fast circle towards the edge of the Moon Dancer's air envelope.
Okay.
I need Ben. Ben, I need you. Ben, this is the perfect time. Okay. So Benotto, we'll just go with Benotto's turn, and hopefully by that time Ben will show up with us now. Benito, seeing you, and it's kind of like it's holding his head, doesn't quite know what's happening, but he's gonna kind of like drop to one thing, and you know what? He's gonna, I don't know. They really haven't quite had any interaction with Chardolin, but at the same time, Chardolin comes from the astral plane. So they could have had... No, it doesn't. I'm wrong. It's not what they created their ships out of. Okay.
Yeah, that would have sucked. Yeah, so you throw this just super mundane rock at them, and they're like, thanks, we can make a ship out of this.
It's like a dude tossing you a piece of plastic. Like, okay.
Just like,
cool.
Hey, alien, catch! Throw like a gold bar at him, and he's like, wow,
Thanks.
thank you. You got it right in my hand. I just reflexively clutched.
Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how exactly...
I exist to complicate things for you.
Okay, never mind. So no, it's not. Because I don't know if y'all are familiar, if anybody out there listening, or if y'all have ever read the Crystal Shard. Is an old Drizzt Do'Duran book series, but that's where the Chardolin was initially created, basically in D&D lore. But it came from the Netherese, which are like plane. They have ships essentially. So I was kind of confused on whether or not it is out here, but it's not. It's something that happened on Toril in Faerun specifically. The Sirlons have no idea what the hell it is, and therefore Benotto doesn't know what the hell he's gonna do here, but he does know that his friend is kind of like freaking out. So he's gonna come over here, and he's gonna try to like honestly just kind of like calm down his friend. Okay, let's roll persuasion. He's gonna try to use his turn to tell his friend, hey, stop that feedback. Let's
Hey man,
see here.
so you've just chugged a gallon of PCP.
Dead.
What I want you to do is just kind of bring it down a little bit.
So Benotto is not successful in calming down his friend. In fact, the Sirloin slaps his hand away, and then on the Sirloin's turn, it's going to psychic crush him. So we're gonna need a wisdom saving throw, which passes, but
This is a great idea. I'm so this is amazing. Thank you.
but is still going to murder Benotto. So
Hell yeah.
I'm a little bit proud of that one.
You should be.
Okay, so
That's one of the more like brilliant and inventive moves I've seen.
Ben, was that
That's great.
you? Ben, it's
Ben?
perfect time.
Oh.
Oh, Ben, no.
He was like, "Oh no, I can't."
Ben!
They're all looking at me. I'm so embarrassed.
Okay. Let me finish up the Sirloin's turn, and then we'll get to the next time of we'll put Ben at the top of the round. So
Fighting.
shit. Oh my god. Okay, so one of the Sirloins just crushes Benotto's brain, so he's dead. The other two. Okay, they have something. Okay. They have something. Let me pull it up here. Shit. Hey, Ben. Are you there? You have. Welcome.
You have.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Stuff's happening. So
You're about to ram a ship into
rewriting
another
the
ship that we're
rules,
currently
baby.
in.
Yeah. So we're gonna when we get to I'm gonna finish out this initiative, and then we're gonna get to you. We'll give you the spotlight for a little bit. You'll get to roleplay basically what you've been doing while the rest of the team went into the ship. You kind of stayed behind to help out with the things that need to be done. And yeah. So let me see here. Need to do this. Yeah. That's what I needed to post. No, damn it. I needed to roll. I don't want it to be whisper. Whisper roll. Son of a bitch. Okay, I can't undo it. Anyways, don't hide. Ah! Okay, anyways, he casts Suggestion. One of the Sirloins is going to cast... Sirloin is going to cast Suggestion on the other one. Going to attempt to suggest that it calm the fuck down. It is going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Would it just throwing spaghetti at a wall here? Would it be at disadvantage due to its altered state?
Do you want it to be at disadvantage?
Because isn't this the one that's trying to?
Yes. The one that is, the ones that are not crazy are trying to suggest to the one that is crazy to stop being crazy. So would you, given it in your, would you want him to have advantage or have regular advantage or have disadvantage so he fails it and goes crazy?
I mean, him going crazy is kind of a boon for us because then they're not organized against us. They got to deal with their buddy.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that's just my thought. What do y'all think?
I'm taking your thought. Regardless,
Thoroughly.
with disadvantage, he does get within enough of a mindset to say, okay, fine, you're not going to take my Chardolin, but I will still kill the other people. Maybe they have more Chardolin. I hope so. If so, it's all mine. I will murder the shit out of you all. Okay, so Semi-Alliance has been formed once again within their party. They're back to normal. One of the Sirloins is out. The other two have 2 Psychic Crushes still going off. The other one has already acted. One of them is going to come out this way, out to the wall. 120 feet. Definitely going to say you haven't made it that far, Delnadre. Need a wisdom saving throw from you.
That's easy. I have advantage on wisdom saving throws
Plus, you have
because
resistance to
I
psychic damage too.
have the race that I am. Yeah. Well, that's not great.
Okay, well, you still take half because of resistance, right?
Yes, I have resistance to psychic damage.
So you luck out.
My temp HP.
So you luck out there. The other one is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't feel like this one really wants to help out that much, though. But it kind of does. It doesn't make any sense. They already convinced him. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Out the door. Psychic Crush to you as well, Blake. Again. Do this
Easy.
Again.
I've got advantage, so there's no chance here. Hey, 13.
All right, that passes. So you take half and half. So 3.
So half to 7, and then down to 3. My actual HP.
All right, 3 damage on that. That's going to be the Sirloin's turn, and Rosemary, you are up. And then we're gonna do Bitte, and then we'll get over to Ben. Yeah.
So Tansy's down here with us?
Squawk.
Yes.
Squawk. I am gonna look quickly up the stairs, give a little silent prayer, hoping that Del is okay. He's a slippery bastard. He can do his thing, and she's gonna keep an eye out for him. She's gonna do another Cure Wounds just at first level, because I gotta save my second level spells just in case further shit goes down. Cure Wounds on Bitte. You get more on the first level one than you got on the second level one. You get 12 hit points back.
Just one away.
Second level spells are a scam.
I kind of offer my shoulder for Tansy to like I got him, he's secured, he's on my shoulder. If Tansy wants, and I just look at Bitte, and if possible, I'd like to try to use my movement with wherever Bitte wants to go, of let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay. We'll just say you hold your movement to follow Bitte. And as long as y'all have the same movement, Bitte, you don't have any faster, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm 30 feet.
Oh yeah, should be no problem then. Bitte, it is your turn then. Take it away. Rosemary's following you.
All right. Bitte is going to move Hunter's Mark to the one at the top of the stairs, and is going to choke up on the Warhammer so that it's held in a little more of a balanced way, and then reach up into the large quiver on his back, the big war quiver full of javelins.
Yep.
And is going to sling two. Go ahead and activate my sharpshooter things. Sling 2 darts at the one at the top of the stairs. It's a -3, so it's an 11, I guess.
First one misses. The second one does hit.
Weird. It doesn't have. I have the sharpshooter damage clicked. It should be adding 10 to that damage.
Yeah, I see the thing, and I don't see. It says sharpshooter on the thing. So it just doesn't show the damage for that. So it's 5 plus 6 plus 10.
5 plus 6 plus 10.
Sorry, no, 4 plus 7 plus 10.
So 10, 11 plus 10, 21 damage.
Yep, just enough to kill the Sirloin on the top of the stairs. Your first dart kind of throws wild a little bit. Second one, however, it gets it right in its neck, and it starts just and it just collapses in a heap of flesh right at the top of the stairs. And you know what? For shits and giggles, it's gonna tumble down the stairs a little bit as its body its body weight, because it's this long noodle, like a slinky that's being held up a little bit, and then you killed it, and falls down. Anyways, it falls down the stairs a little bit, and giving you
reaction, stupid face, and then point in the direction of the way out, and follow Rosemary as her movement triggers.
Okay, so roll me perception. Bitte. Actually, Rosemary as well. Both of y'all roll me perception.
Perception.
Okay.
25.
Bitte. You see. Yeah, Rosemary, you don't see much. You're just sticking with Bitte. Bitte, however, you do see, because the battle deck does go straight out, there's no wall there that shows you, that the Moondancer is on its way to crash into the observation deck. Right above you. The hull, however, of the Moondancer is going to crash into your level, so you know you need to get the fuck out of there. Or you at least need to get out and about so that you avoid the Moondancer. So the Moondancer is coming from where the mangonel is, right over there at the to the west. And it's coming at a little bit higher, but you're able to see the hull, basically. So let that help you figure out where you need to go next.
Does Beta feel like they could, similar to, this is a Nautiloid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, does Beta feel like they could run up to the battle prow and off the battle prow? I mean, I suppose I should also just math.
I would say initially no, because Bitte would know anything that goes up is going more into the path of the ship. The Moondancer is going to basically ram its prow into the observation deck, and the hull is definitely going to destroy the battle prow. So, no. Now, let's see.
So,
5, 10,
30
15.
feet of movement will take Beta off the edge of the ship, right?
Right. But Rosemary will be right behind you. Or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, Rosemary will be to your right. So, technically, you'll be able to get her out of your way.
The beach is like pointing. Now, with it being a critical perception, does Beta, in judging like the distances and the speed, feel like getting off that way would get them out of the way of the things and like potentially like drawn up into the gravity plane of the thing, and then like they could potentially get like wrangled by some of the Hidozi? Or does he think, okay, they just need to go deeper in the ship from the stairs to the right?
Got a ton of Hidozi.
Yeah, so initially Bitte is going to know that going deeper and further into the ship is the better option. However, there is a fool's errand to try to run out that if you did, you'd ultimately, I guess, get rid of all harm. Like this ship is gonna crash into this and go into it, right? The Nautiloid is not a regular ship. It's no longer powered by a Spelljammer chair. It's been derelict. It's weak. It's gonna cave to the Moondancer coming into it. So Bitte, even with your brief knowledge of how all that works, you would know you're probably safer going down, but then you'd still have to deal with getting back out of a ship that has been crushed, essentially. So it's a risk, right? Because you're going to be bouncing off much lower than where Delnadre is. You don't have a hope to try to grab onto anything like he did, because he's at least at the same level of the Moondancer. You are below it.
Yeah, so my thought is if we ended up below the Moondancer, the gravity well would pull us up.
It wouldn't pull you up. It's because so you'll basically be between what you said about being wrangled by the Hidozi is your best chance if you ran out there. You won't go all the way up to the Moondancer's gravity plane because the Nautiloid's gravity plane is lower. So it's kind of like a mix between the both of them because they're both very similar sized ships. Actually, let me just double check on that. It does default to whoever's the biggest ship. So we just make sure that the Nautiloid isn't considered that much smaller.
Rosie, out or down?
Up.
No,
Up?
no, down or down.
Down.
Down or out would have been the better answer.
I thought it. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 9 on perception. I don't know. Down.
Down it is. And he just kind of shoves you in that direction and follows you.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so y'all gonna go 30 feet down into the cargo deck, and the way that the thing goes into the cargo deck, it's gonna put you. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. You're at least there with 10 more movement. Bitte. Moved you to the cargo deck. And you can basically go to the very back of the cargo deck. Would be. But I guess you could also continue further down the stairs into the prison deck if you wanted.
So the cargo deck
Had all the dead human bodies.
has others. Where do the stairs on the cargo deck go?
They go down to the prison deck.
All of them, even the ones through like the cabin door there.
So the one where you were in the middle goes all the way. Basically, it's like it just goes straight down from all the way up to the bridge, all the way down to the prison, just back and forth.
This also goes to the prison deck, and then this guy goes.
Yeah, then there's some stairs there's a ladder that goes down. There's also something that goes up to the battle prow.
Oh, okay, that one goes to the battle.
Yeah, so you could have gone to the battle pro both from the battle deck as well as the cargo deck. Oh, I guess actually the battle deck would have had you go down to the battle prow. I mistook that. You wouldn't have made it though where you were, right? Because it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, you made the better choice. Going towards the battle prow would have still put you right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 10 feet to move. You have a choice to go further down to the prison deck or stay on the cargo deck.
I feel like a stairway is a closed space. Open space is better. So Bito would go further into the cargo deck.
All right. Going further into the cargo deck we go. Sorry, Tansy, you're right over there. So you're going into the cargo deck. You're kind of stepping over the filth that was the cargo deck. Remember, it was basically just this dumping ground for human bodies. The remainder of the crew that Benito had said had not survived the other attacks they had. We are going to pause.
This one, Benny.
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry. I'm tough talking a fictional ghost.
And so we're gonna take a brief break while you wait for Ben to get over with his work call, and then we're gonna switch over to his spotlight. So Rosemary, Dell, and Bitte, you are all free for about a 10-minute break if you want to take it right now. And then we're gonna do Ben, and we'll do straight from Ben into his little spotlight. Probably shouldn't. It won't be too long, and then we'll finish. Hey, perfect timing. Okay, Ben, you are in the spotlight. So let us go back to before our team had ever entered the Nautiloid, this derelict ship. And Ben, we didn't get a chance because you weren't here last time to go over any downtime activities. So, what do you think Levi's doing on the ship? So you had a little bit of travel between where we were before, which was the Astral Moth attack, to where we are now, which is on our way to the Rock of Brawl, taking a long trip around to avoid the Astral Elves putting 2 and 2 together that y'all were the ones who destroyed their ship. Everyone else has done a couple of things. Just to recap, Bitte learned, he worked on some of the Elvish armor. He also began to train in Elvish with Delnadre. Rosemary began to start a mini grove on the ship, basically growing a connection to her god from the wood of the ship, and obtained a crystal infused apple. Also assisted with attaching some thorny attachments to Bitte's armor, and helped to improve the air quality, which kind of just wraps back into that mini grove. Delnadre began to work on his proficiency with longbow, assisting with Bitte. They were trying to trading Elvish for longbow proficiency, as well as has worked on recreating a disguise of the captain's look. Now, what do you feel like Levi would be doing on the ship? You know,
I think it's been a long time since he's been on a ship,
Uh-huh.
but that is sort of his upbringing in a nutshell. So I think he would just fall into old routines. Like he would not even think twice about doing all of the dirty work that needs to be done on a ship, right? So he would go and make sure the decks are clean, and he
Okay.
would fix little things that he found, or if the astral sea works like the regular sea, a bunch of stuff gets stuck on the hull that needs to be removed.
Yeah. Okay. So ship maintenance, right?
Yeah.
Now, would you have requested help? You guys have a little bit of Hadozi shipmates that you've kind of agreed to take them to the Rockabra in exchange for them not fighting you anymore and you guys not killing them in general. So I mean, is this now you're describing yourself as doing a lot of that grunt work, but if I'm not mistaken, were you not the prince of your land? Is it typical for the prince to do all that kind of grunt work, or is that just show your character?
Not a prince. Levi's father was the commander of
Okay,
the
okay,
nation's navy.
gotcha. Okay, so you're the
So
admiral's son.
he was high up in noble society because of his father's rank, if that makes sense.
Yes, no, that makes sense. So I guess it's still the same thing though. Admiral's son doesn't typically do grunt work, but is that more of your character, or is that just like you see thing that needs to be done and you just do it?
It's definitely I think a combination of both. I think, he spent a lot of time on ships and got into a bunch of trouble and was forced to do things that normally he probably wouldn't.
Okay.
And then on top of that, he just it's they're no longer on their world, which is bewildering to even think about. And I think just having these small duties that are the same makes him not go crazy,
Mm-hmm. I get that. So did you ask for help from any of the other shipmates, or is this something you're doing on your own?
I think he would have requisitioned anything that needed a pair of hands. He would probably ask for help.
Okay. So during that time, we're gonna say that that they left you behind, one, because you weren't here last session, but two, also because you were kind of still injured. They're just being considerate,
Right. Yeah.
Left you behind. So you're working through, and while you're on the ship, Flapjack, through kind of like the ship's radio, through his telepathic communications, requests you to come to the bridge, or at least to wherever he is, wherever the ship jammer or Spelljammer's ship. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, I think
the Spelljammer's chair is.
I think there's one of those, those movie moments where he stops the dirty work and he's got he actually is wearing a shirt right now. It's one of those soft linen shirts.
But then you take it off.
He's got the sleeves rolled up and he wipes his hand on the shirt and he just nods and he makes his way up there slowly.
Okay. Well, Flapjack actually tells you to go quickly, because this is going to coincide with the initial burst of psychic crushes on Bitte. So when all 4 Sirlons, now I guess Ben, let me refresh. One, did you happen to check out the last session? Do you know what has happened so far?
I was able to listen to part of it, but not the full session.
Okay.
My understanding is they found another ship, right? Like a derelict ship, and then boarded it.
Yes.
To go investigate, and then got attacked.
Basically, yeah. So they found another ship. There was a human pirate. Human with air quotations, pirate called Benito, who introduced himself as Benito, that wove a tale of lies to try to get the players into the ship, further into the middle of this omeloid, and then sprung their trap. They are initially Flapjack was kind of wary about the ship because of the way, just the way the Sirlons are, and the Nautiloid itself, and just all of the telekinetic or telepathic and mind fuckery that goes on with everybody that's involved with this. He wasn't able to get a good read on the ship, so he was kind of nervous. But Sartell, Elena, the captain, she doesn't take, nobody's gonna tell her what to do, as well as she's not a very patient person. So she walks in and basically urges the rest of the party that was already basically called it from the get-go, saying, hey, that's a trap. But basically, I mean, Elena called them all chickens, and they all went along with her. And we get to the point, they attack. Now, when Flapjack calls you to the bridge, that is when all four Sirlons psychic crushed Bitte. He went from full health to almost dying. In fact, if he hadn't had the temporary health, he would have been 2 hit points away from death. It's this massive spike of psychic energy that Flapjack's like, hey, something's going on here. Come up here. I want your opinion. So you walk up. You're getting up to Flapjack. It's this flump with a pirate hat. In fact, I would say the pirate hat's on his little on the side of his chair as he's sitting there, and you can tell, even with your limited interaction with flumps in general, there's a bit of worry on his face. And so you walk in, and he says, straight to the point, caution. I heard something. Something is going wrong. What should we do?
Now, they boarded the ship.
Yes.
And we are not connected with them?
There is psychic interference that prevents Flapjack from communicating with Sartell. Or anybody. Or even to get a feel of what's happening with the other ship.
Okay. And is our ship, like, are we moored in any way to the other ship? Or?
You're currently just floating right next to it. A little bit of space between, but not much. It was enough for the party to be able to basically float across 5 to 10 feet and board the other ship.
What did you hear, Flapjack?
There was a spike, a disturbance. It was unpleasant for me. This has been uneasy since we first laid eyes on the ship. But I now have fear, caution, worry for Elena, for the team. What should we do?
And you've heard nothing since?
We've had no communication. They knew that going in.
Right. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is Levi's wound still?
Not comfortable, but effectively, you could fight. There may be consequences. It really just depends on how you exert yourself and whether or not you take damage.
Okay.
You're kind of a glass cannon. Let's go with that.
Makes sense. And we can't see into the ship at all. There's no portholes. There's no anything like that.
At this time, no, not really. Any windows, and this is typical for most ships, they don't really, they try to prevent you from being able to look into the ship. So even the Astral Moth, they have windows, but they were tinted so that it was more of a, you can look out, but you can't look in. Same with the Nautiloid. Now there are windows, there are doors, but nobody's out on any deck or visible at this moment.
Okay. I think Levi will start collecting his things.
Okay.
And prepare, and then he will just turn to Flapjack and say, "For now, we wait. If help is needed, Delnadre will send Tansy. Of that, I'm sure."
Oh no.
That would have been a good
Oh,
idea,
no.
right?
That would have been a very good idea.
Right, Delnadre?
I don't know. It's like, it's whatever.
So,
Tansy was busy giving assistance to the party member who almost died.
So
you know what? Perfectly valid, but this is how we're gonna run it.
So
Yes.
you kind of wait a little bit.
Absolutely, yes.
It's like a tense few minutes before you see Sartell, Captain Sartell, just burst out of the side, full like she kind of like grabbed the edge and just launched herself across the gravity plane. The moment she leaves,
instead.
the moment she leaves the edge of the ship, the nautiloid, that kind of like feedback, that static that's preventing communication ends. Flapjack's able to communicate with Sartell, with Elena, and she gives him the laydown kind of like instantly. Flapjack tells you, prepare, we're getting ready to crash. And now, how many times has Levi ever been on a ship that has rammed another ship? Is that something that's very common for your people? Did you build your ships to be rammable?
Yes.
Okay, I love it. Good. So, roll me. You have a proficiency in ship vehicles, right?
So technically, let me double check. I think so because my background
Was a sailor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
If you do, roll that, and you're gonna give some assistance to Flapjack on the best way to impact with dealing the least amount of damage to the Moon Dancer. Oh, I guess actually, your question. It's up to you. How do you want to? Do you want maximum damage? Do you want more survivability? Do you want the ability to be able to hit and back up? What's going on here?
Okay, so we are attempting to ram, yes?
Yes. And if you look on the map, you're attempting to ram. Sartell will basically say they're on the we need to hit the observation deck. So there's not a massive flag there because it's derelict. It's already been destroyed. You're basically trying to impact right there at the observation deck and just crush everything in that area. Now, as you get ready and you position yourself, you will see the Sirlons have moved their way out onto the bridge deck as Delnadre runs out. So as you're kind of coming out or coming into them, they move into the bridge deck. You have a split second of some redirect, basically. That's where your check is going to come in. So tell me the reasoning and give me a check. Give me a roll.
I think since this is a sort of 360 environment, right? Because we're not.
Yeah. You're going to come in at an angle. You're basically going to come in directly at the observation deck as if that was the plane of the Moon Dancer.
Yeah,
as if the plane was this. Wait, it didn't drop.
I think
what the hell?
He would try to redirect at first down and then back up, essentially to ram at an angle and sort of take out the bridge deck and then up into the observation deck. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And which is completely possible because it is a 360-degree just kind of space environment. You kind of go and then it's almost like you go into the bridge deck and then you tell Flapjack to right itself and to bring itself to the same plane, bringing up its tip. Okay. All right. What kind of orders do you give to the Hodozi?
Remind me what their specialties are.
They're mercenaries. They kind of just do anything. They really just fill people space on the ships. They don't really have any special skills necessarily. They're very athletic. They of course have that that monkey mentality as well. Acrobatic. But when it really comes down to like their skills, Hadozi are very commonly shipmates. Like they're just. I mean, they just fill bodies where they need to be. They don't have any special skills. They have the ability to glide.
All right, sounds good. He will look at them all, and he will tell them to brace first, bend your knees, and nothing gets on this ship after we hit. Understood?
Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes. They say.
Nailed it.
All right. We're ramming. Okay, so bringing ourselves back up to normal time. Okay. The ram is happening. We are bringing the Moon Dancer into the observation deck. If you want to find yourself back down to the bottom of the screen, I will help draw a picture here with some freescale. So we're going to be ramming in right here, essentially. There's the ship, and then it's going to right itself up. So it's going to come into the battle deck, destroying, just obliterating what this looks like. There is no more battle deck when the Moon Dancer collides with it. Largely due to the fact that the Nautiloid does not have a Spelljammer, does not have a Spelljammer's chair, and has been sitting derelict for a little bit. This isn't typically what you expect from when you ram two Spelljammer ships together. This is what you expect when you ram a Spelljammer ship into what is essentially just a cardboard box or a box, a building. So battle deck destroyed, coming up, hitting the observation deck. Now, because of the way you did it, where you hit the battle deck and then you brought it up to kind of like destroy the bridge deck from underneath. I'm sorry. Did you mean attack the battle deck or the bridge deck?
No, the bridge deck, and then destroy the observation deck from underneath.
Okay, ignore everything I said about battle deck. It should have been a bridge deck. So hitting bridge deck, bringing up to the observation deck. What that is going to do, though, is it going to deal some damage to the Sirloins, but they're going to basically, amongst this rubble, be on your deck. Okay? So, you now have, yes, the front of your ship, basically the very front of your ship, which I assume, where have you told the Hadozi to kind of like prepare themselves? Is everyone near the back of the Moon Dancer? Were you kind of like wherever they can hold on? Are you in the front just like, I'm gonna hold on and see if I can avoid shrapnel?
No, I think he would have had them brace along the outside, but towards like the middle of the ship, so that they wouldn't be in ramming area, but they'd be close by on the deck in case of this exact situation.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. Make sure there's no. Trying to find the damage for ramming. There is ramming. Crashing. All right. Roll me a 1d20 plus. Sorry, I look at flapjacks. Roll me a 1d20. Ben.
9.
9? Okay. All right.
I wasn't supposed to add anything to that, right? You didn't want me to add like my proficiency or anything?
It's +2 because it's flapjack's proficiency.
Okay, so
okay. Okay, so it hits. We're going through. Gonna crash. Crash damage. Oh shit. What size is the Space Galleon? Either 4d10 or 8d10.
big. Space Galleon sounds big.
What? I don't understand this. All right, let's roll 8d10. We're gonna go with huge.
Let's go.
Roll 8d10. So the Sirloins are all gonna take 8d10 damage. Holy F. All right. Alrighty then.
I mean, it's just over half.
Yeah, that's just enough to kill every single one of them because they had 45 health. so they don't survive that. All right. Now Delnadre, as we described before you were here, attempted to run out and try to grab one of the ropes that is basically on the front of the ship. Didn't quite catch it because of his earlier plan of giving Chardolin to one of these Surlons, which caused them to go crazy, which caused a psychic feedback loop, which affected his ability to grab the rope. So as you crash, roll me perception, Ben.
Okay, I can do that.
With advantage. I mean, this is what you're preparing for. You're keeping an eye out for what you need to do. Okay. You don't need that much to see Delnadre, however. Flying is spinning in a really rapid circle out of your air envelope. So you're currently crushed. You've went up. You've killed the Surlons as you've brought your ship back to level. How are you going to save Delnadre? He is, let's say, at this point, 20 feet out from the edge of the ship.
I will activate my Radiant Soul.
Okay.
If Levi glows extremely brightly, almost painful to look at, and his beautiful, beautiful golden wings appear, on his back, and Levi will just step right off the ship and speed fly to try to grab Delnadre before he leaves the sort of area where he can breathe.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Get him.
nothing you need to roll for that because you just fly over there and catch him. So Delnadre is now in Levi's arms. Let's go over to Bitte and Rosemary. Well, all hell has been unleashed on the ship. It is cracking and falling apart as the Moon Dancer rights itself and begins to back up because once it kind of crushes in and kills the Surlons, the effects that were preventing the Flapjack from fully understanding what's happening on the other ship are gone, and it understands that there's nothing else. Well, not quite nothing else. There's nothing else it seems that it needs to worry about, and it backs up. Bitte, Rosemary, what do you guys want to do? Anything else on this ship, or do you want to just get back home?
Beta.
Fuck the ship.
Just immediate fucking. It's a pretty good like shaking chaos to like kind of break him out of his revelry, and he came out of it a little bit from having to think up the thing to get Rosemary out of danger. I mean, like, it probably wasn't it. Probably was other victims behind that stapled door.
Yeah, I think we're well past that, unfortunately. We could try, but this ship has very little time left.
Yeah. Was the door that was like stapled shut? That was this one?
Yes.
Beta's gonna run to it and just with the hammer is just gonna take like there's probably like kind of an angle or a spike on the back, and he's just gonna like rip the staples out and see what's behind that door. Expecting.
If Rosemary can assist, can I help? Oh, also, we do have, because of my bear spirit, which I'm assuming is probably still here somewhere.
I would assume that
we have advantage on like strength checks, I think.
Does the bear can the bear spirit be targeted?
I don't think so.
If it
Counts as neither a creature nor an object, though
Okay.
as a spectral appearance.
Okay, then it survived the crushing of the ship, because if not, it would have been dead.
Like, hi, I'm a ghost bear.
Okay,
Oh,
so
shit, I feel like I actually do it like that now.
So you break open the staple door, and you are met face to face with this thing that was formerly talking to you in common, and I believe had named itself Jasper. It is a Nethalagla. I don't think I'm
this is the shit that ate the other shit.
Yeah, so this thing, nobody here, I don't think anybody has. Let me just make sure this isn't something that is also on Faerun. I'm fairly certain this is some astral nonsense, and you have no idea what this massive, crazy, crab-like, fish-like creature is. But let me just double check here, looking through the booze and menagerie. Go this way, go this way. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, it's so cute.
Is it though?
Yes. So, Rosemary and Bitte, you'll have no idea what the heck this thing is, but it opens its mouth and it talks to you in common, and it says, "What the fuck did y'all do?"
Straight up question: do you eat people?
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Wait. I'm not gonna eat you. Please save me.
Sorry, no cannibals allowed.
No, I'm gonna die. I'm
How are you?
I'm sent.
You're not human. You're gonna say you're human. You're not human.
I'm a Nephalgu. I eat brains, but come on, like don't take it against me, right? Like I'm not a nautiloid. I'm the worst. I'm the best brain eater here, relatively speaking.
You just said you're the worst, so like
no, the best. I meant worst as in like ability to eat brains, but I'm the best in like, insight, ability to like like function, like please save me. The Sirlons are dicks, honestly. And I don't know what the hell's happening, but all I know is there was the loud crash, and you opened this up to save me, and now you're saying you don't want to save me.
I look at Bitte.
How's his vibe?
Yeah, can we do an insight check on this guy?
You can. His vibe is. I don't think
that's my way.
I don't
my
think
way of saying I was
necessarily like it's his vibe that's the biggest problem. It's himself that's the problem. Like the way he looks, and stuff. He doesn't look good. But he was the thing that was talking to you through the door earlier, so he's at least sentient and ability to like talk a little bit, right?
Okay, question.
Yeah, but like so did the guys who tried to murder us.
Yes, fair enough. He eats brains.
Is he restrained?
Is he restrained? No, he's not. The restraint was that the door was stapled shut. He wasn't able to get out of the door.
Well, he's too big to get through the door. Fucking run!
All right.
Yeah, if Rosemary could like knock some sort of rubble in front of the door to block his exit.
Okay.
Rosemary does not trust this shit. If this is a brain eater that the other brain eaters don't like, oh my god, no.
Roll me athletics as you try to push something in front of the door. See if you can grab something big enough.
Athletics.
It's enough. It's enough to block him for a time being, but it's not going to stop him. The moment you start walking away, he starts like running towards it, like save me too, as he starts like crabble. But he is gigantic, and it is going to be a tough time for him to get out the door. Nevertheless, the fact that you put something in front of it. Okay, so you run up to the next step. You're up back into the battle deck. It is basically the hull. As you see the Moon Dancer kind of like start to back up, Ben, You've grabbed Delnadre. Flapjack's still kind of like relying on you a little bit, although it's still he's also asking Sartell. But at this point, Elena's more worried about her ship than it is about saving you all. What kind of information do you relay to Flapjack to kind of help save Bitte and Rosemary?
Well, first, when I catch Delnadre,
Yes.
kind of grab him by the scruff of the neck.
Sorry.
Don't let him don't let him fly off into the into the void.
Yep.
Hey.
And Levi's just like, where are you going?
Oh, out.
Out.
Would you like me to release you? To the
No,
void?
I'm good. Please.
I thought so. And he'll just like fly back to the ship. And then he'll turn to Flapjack and he'll give a thumbs up and he'll be like, whatever was on the ship looks very dead, Flapjack. Well done.
You hear a very low, Del just kind of mumbles. So this is what that feels like.
And Levi just arches an eyebrow at Del, but doesn't pry further, and then turns to Flapjack and says, all right, I think you're good to back it up a little bit, but let's try to... And he leans down to Delnadre. Where are the others?
Hang on. I'm gonna close my eyes real quick and pop over into Tansy senses.
Okay, nice.
I've got
nice.
Tansy like on my shoulder.
Oh my god!
So, yeah, you probably pop in right as they're like talking to the Nethalagu, and they're like,
Yeah, it's just like eldritch horror, and it's like, guys, I'm chill. We're like, are you though?
They're under attack. There's this big brain spider. It's so good. Del just still has his eyes closed and is just mumbling incoherently. We have to get them. Levi.
How long does it take for Del to pop back out into his own senses?
He might be. Can he talk while he's in Tansy senses?
Yes.
Sure.
yes, he can. So it's
Right.
it's
So I think
happening
he's just saying this
while you're just carrying him back to the ship.
Oh god, it speaks. It
Yes.
talks. It's just so normal.
Levi he'll just set Delnadre down on the deck of the ship and then just sprint into the Nautiloid.
Okay. So as Levi begins to sprint in, you see there's Bitte, there's Rosemary. They're coming up onto the battle deck, which is essentially caved because of the hull of the Moon Dancer crashing into it. Who do you grab first?
Who is first out and who looks most hurt? I'll go with
Wait, if you're here, who's... I pop back to my senses and find that I'm on the deck.
Bitte is definitely most hurt. I was going to potentially use an action to turn into, I think a lion has like a 25-foot leap as long as I have a 10-foot run up.
Yeah.
Can I turn into a lion? Let me see.
I mean, yeah, definitely. We're not in combat,
I need to check the difficulty rating.
if not a
just to make
lion,
sure.
definitely a panther.
Challenge rating 1. Could I do challenge?
What
rating
about
1?
a mountain goat?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't do a challenge rating 1, so I can do because the thing that I was reading was I can do.
You could do a panther, a leopard.
I don't know if mountain goats are known for their like vertical or like horizontal leap distance.
Fair.
Yeah, a panther has that, so I think it has a pounce.
It has pound.
It's not
It's not technically leap, but it's good enough. It's challenge rating 1
it's good. It's good enough as long as I get in the right direction. And claws to hang on to the hull are good.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way that D&D rules should state that a human's running long jump should be the same as a panther's running long jump.
Yeah, no.
I'd have to say we'll have to call bullshit on that if it is true.
I was gonna, so I turned into a panther and I kind of like lean down and I like pick up Tansy by the scruff, and so I just like kind of like a mama cat. I just have Tansy.
Object interaction, her vest.
Yes.
All right.
In that case, Levi will. In that case, yeah, Levi will. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. All right.
Come
So
on, soapbox for the majority of a jump build. It's so fucking fun. There's nothing funner than a jump build.
A jump build.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of it, but I should get a jump build.
Yeah, like a strong Gith Yankee monk or something.
and I jump 40 feet across the.
I have a Tabaxi rogue, and she's my speed build. She can go
Just
like
convince your
120
DM to give
feet
you like
around.
pants of jumping or some stupid made up item that like triples your jump distance for no reason.
Shut up,
Oh,
Blake.
boots.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, I had a Kinsai that got turned into a vampire spawn, so his strength went up to 18. And I did some truly, truly heinous things after giving him the jump spell.
Oh God.
So all right, so
So much better.
the moon
So
dancer begins to back up. Rosemary panther form jumps in with Tansy. Levi finishes saving Bitte with Delnadre on the moon dancer, and Flapjack gets ready and turns, and they're like, let's get out of here. And what do you know but dun 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 dun, it was a trap as well.
No, not allowed to do
What
that.
was
That's against the rules.
Wait, what? What's a trap?
Wait, am I doing it? No, this thing. Dun
What
dun
thing?
dun dun. Why won't you come to the front?
Don't.
The Rock was a mimic the whole time.
It was not.
What
However,
the fuck is that?
now you remember Benito talked about Nyogi Raiders
My
along
boy Benito.
with the. Sorry, my wife just flipped the light on and I just got scared shitless. So the Nyogi Raiders, the ones that basically caused the Nautiloid to become a derelict ship, didn't quite leave. They actually decided, hey, let's wait, because who else loves derelict ships but pirates? And so you see on the horizon, they are kind of creeping out behind the asteroid, this night spider. And just to let you know, they're not fun. The Nyogis are well known to be skirmishers, to be pirates that really specialize in taking over other ships. Even their ship has the ability to kind of like grab on because they're like that spider-like legs. You kind of have about 200 feet before they get to you. You have some time. The Hadozi were not prepared. Nobody's prepared to man the stuff. So let me know what you do.
fucking potato-based pasta?
Command to flee. Escape.
Run.
How do we do this? Levi, go. Can you make it? No, Flapjack, you're the one. Go.
We go.
Yeah,
we
same.
tried
If we
to-
can put the ship that we're fleeing, the like fucking half broken shit between us and them, or like get out through this hole in the asteroids and just fucking book it.
Yeah, Beta will run to Flapjack and cast Enhance Ability on Flapjack.
I'll give him
giving-
guidance too.
Giving him
What
what
enhanced ability on our boat?
Yeah, what does in the time that they spoke would Flapjack have conveyed like, it's more of an intellect thing or it's more of a dexterity thing
Or
as far as the manipulation of the ships? because Beta understands spellcraft a bit, so he would have been interested in communicating about it.
Like is it based on his intellect or his dexterity for controlling the ship?
Yeah. As far as what would be a better thing to buff. / Beta would ask, do you need to think or move better to get us out here?
It's all thought. Everything's by mind.
Okay, then he has enhanced ability on his intellect, giving him, what is it, Fox's Cunning or something?
I think so.
Cast Grace, Evil Splendor, Fox's Cunning, advantage on intelligence checks.
Okay. So what are y'all telling? Because Elena's key is we need to get the hell out of here. She's telling Flapjack to leave. Are y'all telling him something else? Do you want to fight?
Nope.
I think we're all saying get the fuck out of here. So Beta casts enhanced ability to give him advantage on those checks, and then we'll go to begin manning the mangonel and like kind of rousing the Hadozi to take up battle positions to fuck them up as needed.
Yeah. So the Space Galleon is a bit slower than the Night Spider. However, eventually Elena has this kind of mindset of like, if we run far enough away, they won't give that much chase because they still have their trap set. So you kind of like you turn, you get ready to get out of there, and you start you're leaving, right? You're not wanting to fight. You do pot shots or whatever you can as you start to arm the mangonel, and you begin to you do whatever you can to get out of there. And so as you've turned around, you're starting to make headway, but you all are realizing, okay, the Night Spider is starting to catch up. Unless we can get out of these asteroid before they get too close, they might just try to risk the dice and catch up to us. As you are kind of like thinking about all this and figuring it out, deciding who's going to do what, how you're going to fight, 2 space galleons glide into view, kind of coming out from behind the rocks, and they begin to pummel the Night Spider with ballista bolts and mangonel stones. Each of these space galleons just lay it all on the Night Spider. It quickly makes a hard right turn as it begins, it's kind of was coming towards you, and now it's making its hard right turn. We can just imagine there's some space galleons coming up from back here as they start to give chase. Now, one of them is going to follow, and they're going to take the Night Spider off screen here. And so they're just going to disappear, kind of, you just see them off in the distance, the galleon giving chase. It's not faster, the Night Spider is getting away, but they had enough distance. I mean, they're just lobbying whatever they can. And what's coming in now, right alongside the Moon Dancer, is another space galleon. You can see written on the side of the ship, it says the Incorrigible. And right kind of like just sitting on the deck along with some Hadozi shipmates is a Githyanki captain who kind of just has his arms kind of folded aside. And he's just giving Elena this look of like, what have you gotten yourself into? And he just shouts across as the air envelopes come together, Sartell! What have we found today? Looks like you've gotten into a little bit of trouble, she says. Great. The authorities. Yes, it does seem so. Dar, Vic, you can see she doesn't have the best of relationship with this Githyanki, but she's called the authority. And what are y'all you doing right now? What is your reactions?
The fucking cops?
The cops are here.
Space cops are here? We got saved by the space cops?
Oh, yes, let's go, the cops.
Levi's just like, yay!
The law.
Beta is going to
run below deck, grab that shawl or that extra cloak that she had mentioned, and kind of his head won't go through it, so he cuts the hood off and then just cuts like a hole in like the back of it, so it just kind of drapes over just his shoulders, like a very short serape, just enough to cover the pauldrons.
Okay. Good point. Do you let Delnadre know at all to cover his armor?
I would like to again point out I'm not actually wearing the armor.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
It's just like it's in my bunk. I'm not capable of using that thing. Breastplates.
Okay. Well, good notation there. So, Sartell kind of the captain kind of looks at you all. Hey, all right, everyone, come up here. Let's meet the patrol from the rock. And Darvik kind of steps across, kind of floating along the envelope as the two ships come together, and kind of comes up on the Moon Dancer, looks around at everybody, regards you all with suspicion, but then relaxes a little bit. Says, "Elena, wasn't expecting to see you again so soon. Have you gotten your papers in order?" She kind of just, no. And in my defense, I want it to be known, I was not planning on coming back to the rock so quickly. I just picked up these poor unfortunate souls after a drunken night at the bar together. They wanted an adventure. I thought I'd give it to them. And so here we are. I'm hoping to drop them off on the rock and be done with them. So I know I don't have my papers. What's it going to cost me? And she like pulls out her pouch, and Darvik kind of smiles a little bit. He says, He looks at his fingers a little bit, and just like that kind of like buffing while he's just waiting. And I think the usual rate, plus a little bit extra, given your extra companions here. Now, Delnadre, Ben, Bitte, Rosemary. Anything to stay here? You're going to let Elena kind of take it over, or do you have anything to chime in?
Part
Hey, I
of
don't
me was
even
like,
know
I
what
could
kind of
like
money
help
they
by
use.
deceiving and like help her with her lie, but I have a -1 to deception, so someone else is gonna have to do that.
Yeah, don't help by saying, wait, no, that's not the lie.
Levi
Okay.
is
Yes, we
gonna
are but humble space. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Levi is gonna step forward and extend his hand, and he goes, "You remind me your name, Darthik. Is that correct?"
Darvik. He does not accept or reciprocate your gesture. He looks you up and
Levi
down.
will just Levi will he does not care. He will hold his hand out as long as it fucking takes.
It will take all night, I will say that, because he immediately just turns away from you. he looks at you.
All right.
He realizes you're not who person he needs to deal with. He wants to deal with Elena, and he says, "Yes, sure."
So Delnadre is going to weave his way around Elena, and weave. Definitely just kind of like slipping and sliding side to side. Take both hands and clasp Levi's hand and shake it multiple times, and then slide over and drape an arm around Darvik and do it like Darthik Darvik. What Captain Elena here has done has been amazing. You would not believe the night we have had. So we're at this bar at the place she said, and the guy stole our Spelljammer. So here we are without a ride, trying to get back to the rock, and who do we see but this angel? And I gesture vaguely towards Rosemary and then slowly turn towards Elena. And
Those
she
very
offers
legs.
to give us a ride completely out of the generosity of her heart. And all I'm saying, my guy, is if there's anything you need done with, you know, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I don't know the political culture of the Rock or anyone who does anything, but I'm gonna wink a lot at him and assume that he let him draw his own conclusions based on my drunkenness.
All right.
If you need
Okay,
anything.
roll me persuasion, but even before you do that, and before anybody's even able to react, he already has pulled his saber out, and its tip is kind of like just slowly grazing the under of your neck, of like the soft side
Under
of
your
your
chin.
under your chin, as you like had scraped around. He pulled it up. It was almost like right there, and you're just like if you
The
go.
nice shorts guy, Mr. Guy likes shorts. I got one too, but I'm not going to pull it out because that's not nice and polite company.
Okay, roll me perception. All right, or persuasion. Good job there. He regards you all for a little bit, and he looks at you, Delnadre, and he asks, "Okay, you said you were getting back to the Rock. Where are your papers?"
On my ship. And if you can tell me where that is, sir, you're supposed to be stopping things like this from happening, and I just don't see how any of this is up to code, frankly. Who do you report to?
Darvik just sighs, steps back a little bit, kind of shrugging you off its shoulder, faces Sartell again, and says, "All right, look, we'll settle out what we got to do back on the Rock. I got a lot of reports anyways after these Neogi raiders. And, well, to be quite honest, I don't feel like dealing with this while the Stalwart's out and about. So, do you need me to escort you? And party? Do you want to be escorted to the Rock, or would you like to continue on your own?
No.
Nope.
I'm gonna let Sartell. I don't know. Is that good?
I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of out of the frying pan into the fire potentially.
Yeah, Beaches. Like if we go alone or if we go with him.
Basically.
Like,
I mean,
do we want a police escort?
And like go alone
Yeah.
means let's just go with Elena, right?
Yeah. Elena will take you on her own, or do you want a police escort?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like it'll be more of a headache, and like Elena will actually have to deal with shit if he escorts us, and like it'll be an extra cost that she'll somehow thumb down onto us.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so nice. Everyone out here is just so nice. This was like the shittiest night, but all these nice people. But like, you've got stuff to do. Don't you have like that to chase? And Elena, I mean, she's got this. You should see her Starjammer is a flump, and he's great. It's so smooth.
Elena will put a hand up to tell Delnadre to settle down, and we'll look at Darvik and say, "Yes, I think we can handle it here. Go show
She's
those."
Telling herself she's so capable.
Yes. Yes. We'll make it to the Rock, and feel free to check up on me if I'm still there. If you want to settle this papers issue, she gives Flump the direction. And kind of Darvik just, knows almost instinctively just to like jump up and back and just goes back to his ship. The Incorrigible begins to push off.
We can get shots.
It begins to push off, and they follow along with where the Stalwart was going. And the Moon Dancer continues on. You make your way through the asteroid field. It's a clear shot to the Rock. You kind of do the hyperspeed travel that all Spelljammers can do. And you arrive looking upon this glorious flat asteroid that somebody has built a city on. Sunlight illuminates the the rooftops and spires of a city built across the top of a gigantic asteroid. The asteroid's underside has structures as well, including fortresses and giant sails. Wooden docks protrude from one end of the asteroid as Sartell begins to make the Moon Dancer kind of fall in line and get into the docking procedure. And a variety of ships are also moored there already. Space jellyfish scatter in front of you as your ship adjusts its heading until the docks are straight ahead and level with the ship's main dock. Pier workers stand ready to catch ropes and tie off the ship as it glides alongside the dock and slows it to a stop. Elena announces to the crew, "Welcome to the Rock. This is where we part ways." As the Hadozi jump off and just scatter. Pier workers and a
like handshake with each of them. Send them all off by name.
By name. Okay, well done. I'll remember that. Delnadre knows the name. That'll be good. That'll be key. Consider them rough allies, you could say. Should you need to hire any mercenaries, these Hadozi, given that you aren't coming back significantly in the future, will always be available to be hired at the base rate. No negotiation accepted or needed. Elena kind of like docks her ship. She gets off. She starts talking with like the dockmaster, somebody who's kind of going in. You see that she very clearly slides a small pouch of money over to the dockmaster. He walks away, and she comes back to the party and says, "Look, I know we neither of us meant to be here, and we've had such a wild ride already together. But I have my original job when I came to your planet 4 to pick up that thing that I believe I have to go find somewhere in my hull. Hopefully, it's still there. And you all honestly have something I don't really care about.
Morals?
Sure. More so, I don't have a death wish. It seems you all...
You're the one who walked us into a trap, weren't you?
No, I was looking for loot, and it just so happened to be a trap. Two different things. Look, you want to take up a fight with the Astral Elf, you will find there is no shortage of allies and no shortage of enemies. I urge you caution if you wish to join what some have called the Resistance. And there is a gentleman. He's reliable depending on what time of the day you catch him. Commander Crux. I'd highly recommend you go and seek him out. If you wish to bring the fight to the Astral Elves, well, he is a friendly soul in that fight. So best of luck, and goodbye. And she turns around. Do y'all have anything else to say to her before she disappears?
Thanks for the ride.
Thank
Good
you
luck
for the
with
ride.
your death wish.
Please try not to die.
She said that to y'all.
Levi turns around and looks at Rosemary, and he's like, "Without us, she'd be dead 3 times over."
Exactly, like...
At this point, I don't care if she lives or dies.
Beta will go back over to Flapjack before they disembark and be like, I don't know what your prospects look like. I don't presume to know what it's like working in this setting, but maybe find someone who respects your autonomy, your person, and it's as good a place as any to shove off yourself.
Flapjack looks at you and telepathically says, "Thank you. I will. Death to the infidels." No,
God.
But you have to
Is
assume.
everyone space
Flapjack
racist?
just like reaches up with one tentacle and removes his pirate hat, and with the other he puts on like a beret that he cocks to the side as he joins the resistance.
No, I mean Flapjack. You have to imagine he probably has very similar mentality to Elena, given that he's her spelljammer. But at the same time, he's a bit more friendly, and he wishes you all well. He tells Bitte to tell the rest of the party, and but he doesn't leave the ship. And so now, does anybody ask Elena where they can find Commodore? Oh, Commander. I call him Commander, but his name is Commodore. Commodore Crux.
Yeah, be like, hey, so any idea on Commodore Crux's location?
Probably behind a large flagon of ale.
All right, so where's the nearest bar?
Pizza.
This is like, and she references some town that's very similar to London. There's bars in every street.
Okay, so needle in a haystack. Cool.
You want to ask
There's
any other questions?
There's a moment of just heavy breathing from Levi, and he looks at the three of you and he goes, "I can drink again."
You can drink! We had something at the Yeti town, but, you could drink something that's not yak milk, no offense.
Does he have any identifying possessions? Anything unique to himself?
Corey, where's the nearest bar?
The nearest bar would be literally right there
There
on
are
the dock.
3.
Like she literally just points to you. She's like there and there and there, and that's just the ones that service the docks.
No. I was asking you, Levi sees the closest bar?
Yeah, it's like 5 feet away.
He's already walking. He doesn't care.
They've already they have they're serving beer right there. Okay,
Yes.
so let's see where
it's open container here.
Yeah. Oh yes.
We're just walking down the road with it.
It is open container. So we're over here on the left side over there on the docks, and you get a little bit of some bar. It's not really like a full bar. It's more of just honestly a corner market that sells beer, and there's some tables outside. Now you get a beer, you drink it. It's fantastic, but it's not much different than what you would have gotten back on Faerun. It's not really a true pub, like a tavern that you're expecting. Do you want to ask somebody? Did you ask what Commodore Crux looks like?
I think that's what Vita was doing before I really
Vita gets some more of that information and asks if he has anything unique and identifying to him that he wears, and then when he sees Levi ask about drinking and then hurry off excitedly, Vita gives a little disgusted growl and turns back to trying to get information.
So he's a GIF, so big hippo people, and he wears a red beret, and he is almost always found in a bar. Now
Not
she
a
gives
raspberry beret?
No, I mean maybe. Are you looking at a picture and looking at it?
Beret.
Oh, okay. I was like,
kind you find in a secondhand store. Sorry.
I mean, it kind of is raspberry, yes. I'm not shitting you. It really does. It's like a reddish purple. So
that was entirely a meme. I'm glad that it's relevant.
I'm like, are you looking at a picture of him? What is this? So roll me. Let's go with investigation. Let's give me investigation as y'all just talk to people, see if you can figure out where you've seen a GIF, if anybody's seen a GIF with a red beret, a raspberry beret. Carson, no. Rosemary, definitely not.
I am now babysitting Levi's first drinking excursion since pregnancy, I guess.
Since pregnancy. Levi, no.
His tankard is always full.
It's like, I know you're excited. We gotta hydrate. Last thing I want is you going on a bender in a weird place.
Delnadre, you the last person. Will we find investigation with you? Or will we end this session not knowing where to go?
BT can locate object after a night's rest, if need be.
Failure. All right.
I'm not even looking. I am.
Levi is giving beers to everyone. Just the whole party has beers for all of a sudden.
All right. So you all give in to Levi's pushiness as he pushes a beer into your hand, and you quickly find that the first night you spend on the rock, you don't even leave the docks because you're having such a good time. We're gonna end the session there.
Beta just kind of throws over his flagon and goes off to find the room.
Find a room or find the room?
To, like, get a room wherever they're staying.
Oh, okay.
And he just
that's a good question. Okay. Well, then we'll stop right here regardless. So, Bite, you are going to be finding a room. The rest of the party is enjoying in libations.
Well, I figured we were probably in a tavern that had me. Like,
No.
I wasn't.
You were right on the. You were just on the market, basically drinking in the streets.
Okay, cool.
There is taverns nearby. But so basically like you have a drink or so, and then you're like, okay, it's time to get ready, and everyone else just takes their drink with them.
Yeah, we buy instant beer gratification, which we use to carry to the tavern.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna end our session there. We are now on the Rock of Brawl. Next session is gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna have some city shenanigans, and then we are gonna meet up with Commodore Crux. And then we will see what is happening on this crazy asteroid. So, we are Everybody's a Mimic, an actual play D&D 5th edition podcast playing Spelljammer's Light of Xarxis adventure, which we've taken a break from our Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden adventure. My name is Corey. I am the Dungeon Master. Just realized I never actually introduced everybody. So let's just go around the table, give our introductions, and say goodbye. Whoever's up
Hell
first. Yeah. You're up, Ray.
All right. Hi.
Nope, maybe not.
Fuck. You go, Bitte.
Carson playing Bitte Jättemated Dunlekalaga.
Well done. Well done.
I'm Ray, playing Rosemary Bone Crusher.
I'm Blake. I play Tansy and Delnadre Mir Rakas.
Tansy being first, of course.
First.
Top name billing.
And I'm Ben. I play the now no longer pregnant Levi Corvallis.
Yes. Postpartum.
Nice to be able to say.
We're excited for all the shenanigans that Levi will get up to. We are Everybody's Mimic. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.
See y'all next time.
See ya.
Love you. Bye-bye.